Welcome back, and now some further exploration of the dark version of the school.
So we've got a pink ball. And I quite like as well, though you only saw it for a second there, that even when you go up by another floor, you can't actually see the school underneath. It's still the ground dropping away.
I have to wonder how much of that was technical limitation alone, and how much taking advantage of the technical limitation to tell a story.
Because obviously the fog is a way of masking a technical limitation, but they use the fog
to good effect.
Yeah.
At enhancing the atmosphere.
So the other school still has plenty of locked doors, most of which you unlock from the other side again.
In fact, you can also use the fog to give yourself all of the wheelchairs behind the grating there as well. Things out of place.
There.
Yeah, off the door. It sounds like the sort of a security beep.
Again, we can see rain hitting the ground, hitting the grate, and then dripping away, which is a very strange effect.
Now, this puzzle, I didn't think was very obvious. The blood tells us where the key is. The hole here.
It's another one like the man's hand, I think, or it's the last thing you picked up.
No, it's been.
You did just pick it up.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, we're not quite in the right position here. Although that looks fine to me, but no, the game didn't want to. So we used the rubber ball to plug the drain.
Yeah, because we're stoppering the hole. It's a little further up. There's a little valve, and that's gonna pour some water down.
Yes, because you have a valve at the source, and then that pours into the.
Got water? It's quite clean looking water as well, I think. They could have made it grimier.
It's also quite blue, the water, though.
Blue in a way water isn't. Very squeaky valve. So that's washed the key. And you have to go for quite a trek to get it back, because it's washed it all the way down.
Oh, I just spotted a mark of Samael on the wall there.
Though we don't know that's what it is yet for first time players, but we are going to be told about that strange mark. Well, unfortunately, standing in the doorway isn't the most fantastic strategy at times, because the camera angles really make it very awkward.
A better strategy can be to run into the room.
Yeah.
And then sort of shoot them, and then sort of run when they get close. Sometimes that can be quite hard to do, because when you enter a room and the camera gives you a very not useful view, it can be difficult to know which way to run and whether you're going to hit something.
Yes, because like I said before, sometimes when it changes your camera angle, it sort of changes the direction you were moving in to one that you aren't going to now. Throwing all these enemies at you.
It was about to get up there and kill him.
Yeah, so a lot of the enemies in this do make their way into the film, but they're not the flying one. Which is weird, because in another way that's the one that poses the most of the threat to you outside. Because it's so fast.
Did you jump? Wonderful anticlimax there with the cover, with the locker which was previously filled with yon cat being
like
completely empty.
The cat itself being a bit of an anticlimax. I quite like this room actually because the lockers are kind of bent out of shape and grimy and bloody.
Sort of like there's been an impact, in fact, maybe a fight.
Yeah. So we have a library key, I believe that was, which is just around the corner if that door was open.
Yes, we have to go through the library reserve to get to the library so we can skip round one of the doors and open it from the other side.
We're just running through that room. Probably for the best. Yes, we now need to hop through a classroom to go through another classroom to get out into the other side.
It's just rather the trek round, isn't it? And
Use
there we
the
go.
library key.
All to do that.
First aid kit. Oh.
Yes, it's a very disturbing room.
Yeah,
I thought you could read that.
I almost thought that was actually like outside. It's a very subtle noise. Because some of the other rooms are much less subtle. So we've got a pickup. Always useful. Some ammo.
And we can definitely read this book here.
And obviously the room is also unsettling for all the strung up bodies again. So we've got a quick little tale about someone trying to kill a big reptile. He's shooting into his mouth. Like with a lot of things in a Silent Hill game, everything that it mentions is important.
Yes, this particular one being a clue as to how to fight the boss.
Foreshadowing it, yeah. And then giving you a clue. But however much of a clue it is in a way it's kind of obvious once you get to the boss.
Well, you could even just do it by accident, in fact.
Yeah.
Also locked.
Is this now another instance of having to run all the way around?
Yeah. I forget where we get this key. Is this the one from the rooftop, or was that the library reserve key?
Oh, well, he hasn't yet picked up the rooftop key. He hasn't gone to the courtyard.
So that'll be where we go next. We go to the courtyard, we pick up the key.
Because it's in one of the corners, because it's been washed down.
Oh yes, the locker room key was the
We got the library reserve key from the locker room, and now we have a classroom key. But luckily it wasn't too much of a journey to get to the courtyard. Just a quick jaunt down the stairs.
Well, it can be a lot longer. This is the purpose of unlocking these doors from the other side.
Yeah, so you don't have to go all the way around half the building. It pays to try all the doors, as it were. Oh, we've got a quick zig and a zag there to avoid being attacked. Use the key.
Oh yes, I thought there was one sneaking around the outside there. Oh, I managed to hold them all off.
Hopefully you'll manage to finish them all before one gets up. Ooh, a pickup.
wonderful music of the sort of industrial noise there. And we'll find out what happens next the next time. We'll see you then.